Okay. I'm not sure where Hillel is. I see his Gemara and pencil. Let's see. Okay, today we're going to start on Daf Chav Ches Amud Aleph, right at the bottom. Tanu Rabbanon. See that? Last few words of the page. Chav Ches.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Ramesha. Same time zone today? You with us? And
2 hours behind. It's 3:30.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. All good. Okay. Okay. Hashke Maharif. So we thank Hashem we're able to learn Torah every day. That's the chus of our learning. We have the Beis Hamikdash immediately. Okay. So we're starting right at the bottom. It says Tanu Rabbanon. We learned in the Brisa. Kol HaKelim. Thank you. Well, I walked through a spider web. Concerned that there's a spider crawling on somewhere. I'm pulling off little. You don't see anything? You see it? Yeah. It's okay. Spider web, I don't mind it. I think there might be a spider somewhere. Okay. Don't worry.
Just the movie, right?
No, one time I was here and Jeff said, "There's a spider on you." When I go to my car, sometimes I walk through this spider web. Anyway, okay. Kol HaKelim shasam Moshe ksherim loyu ksherim l'deiros. If Moshe made the keli, so it's good for him. It's good for future generations as well. In other words, the Mishkan Kelim were good later for the Beis Hamikdash as well. That's what it seems. That's what we're learning. However, Chatzaitzos, when it comes to the trumpets, yeah. Oh, Oh, okay. Okay. Never hear that? Hill is telling me that what Betzalel made is going to be used for the third Beis Hamikdash. The Mishkan Kelim is going to come back for the third Beis Hamikdash. You ever read the book All for the Boss? Remember that book? It was about Rabbi Yaakov Yosef Herman. In there was that letter that the father sent to the daughter. They should bring it to the Chafetz Chaim. The daughter was in Europe, was in Mir. In the book, they're writing about their stories in Mir, and you should bring the letter to the Chafetz Chaim about someone that found the Kelim of the Mishkan. Chafetz Chaim burnt the letter. Anyway, so
I think he was told to cover it back up.
Yeah,
and not tell anyone.
Yeah, maybe it's associated with that. Okay. Chatzaitzos. What we're learning now is the trumpets. Ksheris loy upsula l'deiros. They're only kosher for Moshe. They're apostle for future generations. Chatzaitzos, my time. Well, what's the reason why you're being so strict about the chatzaitzos? Maybe it's because the pasuk says, "Make for you." It says for you, l'cha, for you, and that's very specific. And we make a drasha l'cha v'leilu deiros for you, and not for future generations. Mayata. If you're going to be so strict about the word l'cha that you're going to have to get rid of it after your generations, and vasis l'cha rein eitz sachinami de l'cha v'leilu deiros. It says you should make for you an aron, and it says for you. Maybe that's also only temporary for the Moshe's generation. Ella. Can't learn l'cha from that. Ilamanda Amar l'cha mishal l'cha. We're going to have to learn that either l'cha means that you have to make it from your money. Ilamanda Amar, it's machlekes and yuma. Ilamanda Amar kiviyachal v'shalachani reitz yaser mishalahem. Yeah. So, or it's as if Hashem says that I would rather yours than theirs. There's a sugya there in Yuma. What's the pshat in l'cha? Whatever the case is, hainami. So, but whatever the case is by the Yaron, so by the chatzaitzos as well. We should use the l'cha as well. So where do we know that there's a difference between the l'cha, the chatzaitzos of Moshe and the chatzaitzos of the future generations? So Shani Hasa, My answer is over there it says twice lacha. Say lacha, v'hayu lacha. The extra lacha tells me that it's only for Moshe and not for later on. Tani, Rav Papa, Breid Rav Chanan, Kamid Rav Yosef. So we have a brisa. We're going to talk about the menorah now. This is the sugya of the menorah, and everything that you heard about the menorah comes from here. So the Rav Papa, the son of Rav Chanan, usually Rav Papa is a student of Rava. This is a different Rav Papa because he's speaking to Rav Yosef. Rav Yosef is a teacher of Abaye and Rava. So Rav Papa Rav Chanan, he's older. This Rav Papa, in front of Rav Yosef, he says, "Menorah hisaba min eshes min azav." Eshes meant that it was one block, and it also comes from gold. The menorah came from one block of gold and from gold. It has to be gold. Asa shal kesef kshera. However, you make it from silver, satisfactory. That'll work too. Shel bat. I always read this wrong. I always say shel baits, and I think it's wood, but it's not. It's bats, which means tin. Shel aver or avar, not aver, avar, which means lead. Shel gistrein. Gistrein could mean copper, it could mean other types of metal. How do they translate over there? Metallic alloy. Metallic alloy. Okay. So it's from a different alloy. So Rabbi Paisel, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda Machsher. Talking about now that Rabbi says that it needs to be gold or silver, but it can't be the other types of metals. And Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yehuda says it could be the other types of metals. Bronze. Okay. It's either bronze, or I don't know how to translate nacheshus. If nacheshus means copper or bronze, are they associated? Are they related? Is bronze an alloy of copper and something else? Because in Hebrew you just say nacheshus for both of them. Bronze. Right. The Bronze Age. What era was that? Bronze Age. What, you know? Maybe it's Shel Eitz, V'Shel Etzem, V'Shel Zechuches, Divrei HaKol. So where's the Dr. Stein? We need you. But when it comes to wood, bone, made out of glass, everyone says it's puzzle. Okay, so we have three levels here. Metal, that's kosher. Gold and silver, that's kosher. Metal, that's a machlekes. Wood, and down, wood, bone, and glass is puzzle, according to everyone. Bronze is
Copper.
Bronze is copper and tin. Okay. You're very good. Copper and tin. Amalei, it's all in here. Amalei, my daita. Rabbi Yosef says to Rav Papa, this is Rav Papa Bar Chanan that was saying this over. Rav Papa Bar Chanan saying this price. Rabbi Yosef says to him, my daita, like, where do you get this from? That Rabbi Yossi bar Rabbi Yehuda would allow other metals, and he would passel eights. Amalei, so Rav Papa says, Bein Mar, Kol Yoprati Darshi. They learn it from a Klal Prat. And now the whole question is, we're going to learn in a moment what's the Klal Prat. But basically it says menorah. It says first menorah, then menorah, then it says zav, and then afterwards it says miksha tasaisa. So first it's a general, you make a menorah. Then it says specifically gold, and then it says you should make it out of a solid piece. Okay, now that's a back general. So general with a specific in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that it needs to be similar to the specific, right? Right? That's the way it works. Ein bichlal, not ein bichlal masher b'frat is klal prat. Klal prat to klal is what you do is you have everything, you include everything except for things. No, not you include everything. You include everything that's similar to the prat. So it goes like this. Miu Mar Savar, Rabbi Yossi bar Yehuda holds ma prat mefurish shel matechas of kol shel matechas. What's the prat? It's made out of gold, which is metal. So too, you want to make a menorah, it has to be metal. Marsavar, Rebbe holds, it's Machlekes Rebbe and Rabbi Yehuda, right? Rebbe holds, ma prat mefurish davar chashiv. Excuse me, afkal davar chashiv has to be expensive, gold and silver, not metal. What's gold? Gold is important. Gold davar chashiv. Okay. Amalei, Rabbi Yossi says to Rav Papa, Sami didach mikamei didi. I have a better brisa than you have, and erase yours because mine is you're gonna put our two brises together. They're gonna fight it out. Mine's gonna win. Excuse me, Titania. Put in the brisa. Klisharis shasa and shalitz. Klisharis was made out of wood. In Rav Papa's brisa, wood was totally puzzle. Rav Yosef is bringing the brisa that wood is a machlekes. Rabbi Paisel, Rabbi Yisrael Machsher. We see Rabbi Yisrael allows wood. The Micah Miflagi. What are they arguing about? Rabbi Darish Klali Prat. Rabbi Yisrael Darish Riba Yomiyut. There's a machlekes how to darshan. Do we use Klali Prat, which means specific or general, or do we use inclusion, exclusion? But using the same pasuk. Rabbi Darish Klali Prat Vasisa Menayr is klal. When it says Menayr Vasisa Menayr, you should make a Menayr. That's a generalization. Zav, tar, pure gold is prat, is specific. Mikshatia seminaira, it should be made out of a solid block. That means chazru klal. That's again general. Klal prat klal, you have to do elakana prat. The way you do a klal prat klal is you learn it similar to the specific. Ma prat mefur shel matechas, av kol shel matechas. That's the opinion of Rebbe that it needs to be. That's the opinion of. That's the opinion of Rebbe. According to this new brisa, that metal is acceptable. Yeah, all metal is acceptable according to the new brisa. According to Rabbi Yosef's brisa, Rabbi Yehuda says much more than that. Vasisa menayras riba. I'm sorry, the darish riba yomute. Vasisa menayras riba. He uses not generalization and specific. He uses inclusion, exclusion. Riba yomiyat. Vasisa menayras riba. It says menayra that's including everything. Zavtar miyat. When it says zavtar, you're excluding everything that's not gold. Mikshat yasa menayra. When it says again that you make it out of a solid block, because of riba, you're back to inclusion. Riba miyat riba. When you have inclusion, exclusion, inclusion, riba hakol, you're including everything. So then why do you have the exclusion? My Rabbi kol mili, you're including everything. My miyat, so then what's the exclusion for? Miyat mishal cheres, you're excluding earthenware, clay, flower pot material. Can't use those orange flower pots, that type of thing. That's excluded. So what comes out is, what about wood? What about bone? Maybe that you can use. So wood would be allowed according to this. So there's a machlekes here between Rabbi Yosef and Rav Papa. If Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda would allow wood, Rav Papa says no one allows wood. And Rabbi Yosef says no. There's a machlekes. The machlekes is about wood. What Rabbi Yosef does is he shifts the machlekes from other metals, which is the machlekes according to Rav Papa between Rebbe and Rabbi Yosef. Rabbi Yosef shifts the machlekes down one level, and metals is what everyone accepts, and wood is the machlekes. Where it says, so Rav Papa says back to Rabbi Yosef, Adarabba, Sami didach mekamei didi. Why should I accept your brisa? My brisa is, it's like one against one. So Rabbi Yosef responds, don't think like that. Tanya, because we have another brisa. So it's going to be two against one. And it's going to bring another brisa. It's going to be three against one. I'm going to prove to you that my brisa is better. Tanya was starting the brisa, Ein Zav. It says that if they didn't have gold to make a menorah, maybe af mishel kesef. Af shel kesef. You can bring from silver. Shel necheshes, or copper. They're going to say bronze. Shel barzel, or from iron, right? Shel bedil. You can make it from, what was bedil again? That was tin, right? and v'shaliferes in lead. But you can't bring from wood. Rabbi Yehuda says you can bring from wood as well. See, I have another brisa that proves me right. I'll bring you even another brisa. Here we have an interesting halacha that as much as we want to copy the Beis Hamikdash, but you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to make representations of the Beis Hamikdash in the same measurements, in the same. So you can't make your house exactly the same like the Heichal, with the same length, same width, same height. Or Achsadra or the Keneged, the Ulam. You can't make an opening, an entranceway similar to the Ulam. And you can't have the Ulam, is the room in the front. You can't have a Chatzar Keneged Azara. You can't make a courtyard the same size as the Azara, which is 137 or something, 167, I forget. And Shulchan, Keneged Shulchan, can't make the Shulchan exactly the same. What did they do in the temple? That organization that they make the kalim of the temple, is that a problem? Or maybe because they're not making it for personal use. The Temple Institute, right? They make kalim and different things. I'm sure they checked it out. Or menorah, can I get menorah? You're not allowed to make the menorah the same. How do they the Chabad menorahs? They make the menorah look like the Beis Hamikdash menorah. They want straight things. What's the pshat? So menorah has eight branches. The Beis Hamikdash only had 7. That's the pshat. Yeah. So aval oisehu chamisha shel shisha v'shel shmeina. You're allowed to make it out of 5 branches, 6 branches, or 7 branches, or not 7, or 8 branches. Don't make it out of 7. Even if you're making it out of other metals, even if it's not gold, because that would have been kosher in the Beis Hamikdash, other metals. So according to this, other metals is kosher. Rabbi Yehuda, you can't even make it out of wood. He has another raya. Rabbi Yosef has another raya that his pshat in the machlaikas is correct. Why? Because the Beis Hashmonai, they made theirs out of wood when they rededicated the Beis Hamikdash. Amrulai, sages said, back to the base of Rabbi Yehuda, Misham, Raya, you're going to bring a Raya from them. That wasn't really wood. It was Shipudim Shel Barzel V'chipam B'batz. It was really iron, and they covered it with lead. Hashiru, when they got more rich, Asam Shel Kesef. They made it out of silver. What's the thing they put on top of? Yeah, it's like linoleum or something. They covered it with. They made it look like a different material. Some shelkes, they got richer. They made it out of silver. Chaser Shiru, when they got richer, Aser Michel's they made it out of gold. Okay. Whatever the case is, Rabbi Yosef had several brises that supported his brisa as an argument with Rav Papa. And we have a new sugi here. Amar Shmuel Mishmei Saba. I don't know if you have a chart, but if you have a chart, I in my other Gemara I wrote a chart to work it out. We're going to go through the height of the menorah and say what every tefach was used for. So it's going to come out to 18, and if you're calculating it, it matches. I did the calculation this morning. Worth. Yeah. Who had an ark? Indiana Jones. Oh, he made an ark. Yeah, it wasn't the same. Yeah, it would be a problem. Does it say here we're not allowed to make an ark? Layasim Tavna Seichel, Achsadra, Shulchan. Yeah, why was he allowed to make an ark? What daf we on? This Gemara in the back. These halachas. They don't say 86. They don't say in this list. They don't say the Aron. Maybe that's an exception, or maybe it's obvious.
What are you looking for?
Are you allowed to make an Aron? There was a guy that was traveling around here. He had an Aron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't make it.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. Actually, the stabs I think were on the wrong side. Because it was this.
Bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, then they can never do the peanut button.
Right. Samashmom made the Saba. I don't know who Saba is. Daniel would be able to tell me. Saba is an elder. Said in the name of a elder. Let me see. There's a note here. To sign. Oh, it's Eliyahu Navi. Very good. Taisus in Chulin. Taisus in Chulin. Yeah. It's Eliyahu Navi. Gaiva shel menorah. The height of the menorah. Shmei Naseh Tvachim was 18 Tvachim. 18 Tvachim tall. 18 Tvachim is about the height of a person, right? 10 Tvachim would be about waist height. So about the height of a person. Every tefach is 4 inches. What's 18 times 4? 72. 72 inches is how many feet? 6 feet. It's about the person's height. We didn't have the same cup of coffee that you had. So, hot chocolate. Okay, that's even better.
5 a.m. I had to take
So now we start off. We're starting on the bottom. Said the feet. I said perach. Sorry. The feet and the flower. The flower is a decoration that was engraved. That's the first 3 tvachim. So we have 3. We have to get to 18. Tvachayim chalak. 2 tvachim empty. Okay, we're holding by 5. B'tefach shabai gviya v'kaftar uperach. Then we have 1 tefach that has on it all around. It has decorations all around. It has a cup. It has a bulb, and it also has a flower on the other side from 3 sides. We're holding by 6 tvachim, right? Tvachayim chalak, and then you have 2 tvachim empty. We're holding by 8. Tefach kaftar. Then you have number 9 is a bulb that has shnei kanim yotzim mimeno. From this bulb, you have the 2 bottom branches of the menorah, the outer branches. One's going to this, and one's going to that. So they go all the way up to the top of the. They go diagonally up to the height of the centerpiece. Right, we're holding by 9. Tefach. Oh, Hill showing me in the art scroll on 28. What? 28A. They have the diagram with the tvachim. Tells you. Tefach chalak. Then you have an empty space. So that's is that 10. The tefach kaftar shnei kanim yotzim mimeno echad ve'elach. Then we have the second branch, the that would be 11. Tefach chalak. Then you have an empty one. That's 12. The tefach kaftar. Then you have another one with the bulb. This is going to be the 1, 2, 3. This is the 3rd branch in. This is going to make 6 branches altogether, right? They go up to that height, which is this branch is going to be much smaller because it's in the center towards the top. Tvachayim chalak. Where are we holding? 11, 12. Tvachayim chalak. We were holding by 11, 12. This is going to be 14, I guess, or 15. It's going to reach 18. 3 tvachim that are left, which on these 3 tvachim is going to be 3 cups and a bulb and a flower. Okay, now Shmuel continues. Says, I calculated it this morning. It matches to it. What are the cups similar to? They're like Alexandria cups. that are narrow and long, and they're similar to champagne glasses. Yeah, like long, tall wine glasses. Kafteira mind, what are the bulbs similar to? They're similar to apples from Crasium. That's the name of a place. Those type of apples. In America we have all different types of apples: star apples and velvet apples and custard apples and all types of apples. And the reason why, even though they have nothing to do with apples, is because the Europeans came here and they said, it's an apple, and it got the name apple. And that's why we have Amin Gavix. That's what they said. I'm sorry?
Then they made the phone out.
Oh, then they made the phone app.
Yeah,
They call them what?
flutes.
Oh, really? They're called flutes?
You know what the biggest apple?
Big apple. Huh. No, the yeshiva world doesn't like the technology, right? And they like anti-technology. So when the apple, they said, you know why it's an apple? You know why there's a little bite out of it? That's the apple that Chava, the original pin is the apple. And then they go on, they tell you that there's no, it's called a web, and it's a net. It's track catches you. There's no exit. There's only an escape. There's an escape button. Okay. So we don't hold that. We don't hold that technology is bad. We hold that technology is with the snaiga. You could use it for good. You could use it for bad. It's up to us. Gviyam line diamond. What are the cups similar to? Okay, that we said. Kafterim, we said the apples. Brachim l'maydim. What are the flowers? Come in pirchei ha'amudim. They're like decorations that are on pillars. Nimtzu gviyam eser mishtayim comes out. If you calculate it, you'll come up with 22 cups on the menorah. Kafterim achadasar, 11 bulbs. So brachim tish, and you'll find 9 flowers. We're going to have everything calculated except for the brachim. It's going to be a complication. Makim says if you don't have all the cups, it's just they're essential. Kafter Makim says the bulbs are essential. Prachim Makim says the flowers are essential. Bim Kafter and Prachim Makim says each of them are essential for each other. If you're missing one, the menorah is puzzle. Dishleima Gviyam Esrim Shtayim. I can calculate based on the psukim that there's 22 cups because it says me the ksiv v'menorah u'ba'menorah arba gviyim ksiv shleisha gviyim mishukadim b'kanei echad kafter b'ferach and then arba didei. Then I have its 4. So what are we going to say over here? You have on the stem itself you have 4. Then you have 3 on each. Then 3 on each branch. There's 6 branches. 3 times 6 is 18. Plus 4 is 22. So, Abba Didei, with Tamni straight the Kanim, 4 plus 18, that's retarti, that's 22. Okay, pretty good. We have that worked out very simply. Kafterim Nami, when it comes to the bulbs also, Achadasa Kafterim, we know that there's 11, because Trei Didei, we have 2 of itself. Shisha the Kanim, we have 6 of the branches. That's you're holding by 8, right? And then you have the kafter, plus 3. When the branches come out, when they branch out from the stem, there's a bulb on each one. That would be 8 plus 3 is 11. That's going to be 11. Ela prachim tishmin. But how do we know that there's 9 flowers? Prachim trade day. We have 2 on the stem of the menorah, shisha dekanim, plus 6 of each of the branches. It's 2 plus 6 is 8. That's only 8. Rav Shalman, ksiv ad yirecha ad pircha mikshi. We know that on the base it says until the flower. We know that there's another one down on the bottom, which is the first 3 tvachim, and we know that there's one more. So that's 8 plus 1 is 9. Amar Rav, Rav says the height of the menorah is 9 tvachim. Eser Sim Barchia Rav. Rav Simi Barchia says to Rav, Evan Haisel Lefnei Menorah, there was a stone in front of Menorah. Ba Shalish Milas, and there's 3 steps on it. Shaleh Kayin Aimer Meitiv. The Kayin would use that step ladder to clean out Meitiv Esaneris. It cleans out the lamps. It's only 9 tfachim. That means it's waist height, right? 9 tfachim is waist height. It's 36 inches. It's not 3 feet. It's like to your waist. It's not. That's not. You don't need a step ladder for that. So what are you? What's this? What are you telling me? It's 9 tfachim. Amalei. So Rab says, "Simiat. Are you Simi? You're the one that's supposed to be the smart one. You're Simi." Like calling him his name. It says Kikamina. I wasn't talking about 9 tfachim from the floor. It says Misvas Kanim Elamaila. I was talking about the 9 tfachim from where the branches start. Then you have another 9 tfachim down. So it's a total of 18 tfachim. Right? 18 tfachim is already 6 feet. If it says Va'perach v'aner shmel kachayim zavhu michlei zav. It says this is what goes.
So the question still, the whole narrow the top 6 feet. And the average Cohen we'll assume was close to 6 feet, if not above that, to all people.
Right.
You know, so why did they need this?
Why did they need a ladder? I think because they weren't supposed to lift their hands up here. So in order to do it, they would do it at this level. There'd be a ladder that would
And
raise
did
him.
it also give them distance that would be, so if they went up, they lit from a stick or from a can?
I don't know if it says. I think either.
No, because I'm saying if it was from the stick, so, and the hand, so you've got quite a distance, you know, it's like the hypotenuse is longer. So I'm trying to figure out how the arm's coming from here, and that way probably would work out. Like, yeah. So you gotta go up to here, and
Right.
you want to raise your hand above this, go like this.
Right. It wasn't just for the lighting; it was also for the cleaning. For the cleaning, you had to get in to take out the old wick, and that you had to go in.
But
So it had to be above you had to be looking down.
But that they had to raise their hand. Because how you.
No, because they had a step ladder. They went up the step ladder, and then they're holding here. Then they could look here.
Yes, it's push thing. Okay, I got you.
That's what mine
Right, like cutting coconuts. If Yitzi hears this, that picture is going to get posted again. Okay.
Friday, the rabbi got coconuts.
Lawrence, what's his name? Not Lawrence. What's the guy's name? The author of that? Ksiv. Perach v'aner shmel zav u'mechlei zav. The flowers, the candles, and the tweezers are gold. It's michlei zav. I'm going to ask my michlei zav. What does it mean michlei zav? Rav Ami says shekilatai lakol zav sagar shel shleima. They used up all of Shleima's pure gold in this menorah. Damar Rav Yudam Rav. It says in the name of Rav. Es menorahs asa Shleima v'kol achas v'achas hevi la elef kikar zav. Shleima made 10 menorahs. And each one was made out of 1,000 kikar of gold. Chnisu elef pam lakur. However, he put them into the what's it called when you refine the refinery? Yeah. Put it into the refinery, and midu al kikar, and those 1,000 went down to 1. Purified. So it went down. It wasn't. What do we do? Gold. We do carats. 24 carats. There was. What does the word carat come from? Why is it carat? Anyway, this was 1,000 to 1. Really, really pure. Aini, is it really so that the gold that the menorah used up all of Shleima's gold? Vaksiv, Cholkli Mashka Melech Shleima Zav, Cholkli Beis Yar Alavanin Zav Sagar. Ein Kesef, Necheshas, Ein Kesef Nechshav B'mei Shleima L'Me'uma. The pasuk says that this was made out of gold. His cups were made out of gold. All the vessels in his Yar Alavanin. In the forest, we had an area where they had these trees. So that was also gold. It says silver was not considered anything in the days of Shlomo. Those had so much silver, it wasn't considered valuable. How could you say that he used up all the gold? The Gemara answers, Zav Sagar Karminan. We're saying that he used up all the Zav Sagar, all the pure gold, but there was other gold that was there. It's interesting because in the pasuk it says, Kol Kli Beis Yar Lavanin was Zav Sagar. Now the Gemara says, why was it called Sagar? No, Rashi says Sagar. That when they would, Rashi says that it was called Zav Sagar because when they would sell this gold, all the other shops would close. Oh, carob. They use carob seeds. Very good. Very good. Carob seeds are, in the ancient world, people use carob seeds to weigh precious metals in general because seeds were remarkably uniform in weight. So, carrot. The reason why it's called a carrot is because it's from carob. And in Greek, karatian, I don't know how to pronounce the Greek, is a carob pod. In Arabic, kirat, we say charub. Carab. Is right? Charuvim is carab. Same word. So it turned into carrot.
Question on gold. It's, the major scientific theory is that gold is extraterrestrial. It came from cosmic collisions. This that ended up settling into the earth, or whoever created the earth. Most of it's in the core, and we just mine whatever's on the surface. But it's not earth-made. It's something that ended up coming from the heavens to earth. You would think something, I mean, that sounds so spiritual. How come the Gemara never mentions the reason we use gold? Not just because of the value. That sounds more materialistic. It's because gold came from heaven. I always wondered, why is that in the Gemara? No, Hashem created the world, or the stuff, but the gold itself, you read science, this and that, they'll tell you like no.
I understood that gold was from these heavier elements that decayed, and from them we got the gold. Because I never studied the cosmology.
That's.
I thought it was like decayed heavier
Right,
metals.
your homework for today, look up
The cosmology?
origins of gold.
Uh-huh.
They say it was from these giant like explosions, like
They
Right.
say the same thing about the world, that the planets crashed and the world created.
no, but then these either came through meteorites or the cosmic dust settled and then got molten in. I'm just saying it didn't start. It's not an element that came from our ground initially. I'm just saying that's the major theory so far.
I don't know. I think we view this stuff as speculation. A lot of in cosmology we view it as speculation. No, they worked out in the cosmology. They worked out whatever, but with speculation they made the cheshbonos of how it got there, and this was the moon like broken off the earth, like because it's the same metals and the things they have like theory that they tried to prove. Yeah, it's okay. Back to paying bills. So the Gemara says, "Michaser kulei hai." Does it work like that? You take 1,000 talents and you throw it into a thing, and you're going to be left with one. Tanya, the Brisa says, "Rabbi Yisrael Maisa Seminarius Beis Hamikdash Yisrael al Shal Moshe Bedinas of Kuridikini." There was it turned out that the menorah that they made for the Beis Hamikdash was a little coin too much. So they threw it into the furnace 80 times. And then we do al kikar, and they got rid of that little coin. It was like a penny too much, right? So the kasha is, you're telling me that it goes from 1,000 to 1. they did it 80 times, and they got off a little thing. It's not going to turn into from 1,000 to 1. So the Gemara says, "Given the koi." Once you did that first refinement, so now it's not getting much less. Yeah, the first 1,000, that's what does the big jump. After that, you can get just a little bit. Rav Shimon ben Nachmani says, what's the meaning of the Pascal Menorah Torah? On the pure menorah, sheyarda maseh mimakim tahara, means that it came down from heaven. The menorah came down from heaven to show Moshe Rabbeinu what it looked like. Elameata al shulchan atar sheyarda ma'asim makim tahara. You want to say that the shulchan also came down from heaven to show Moshe? Ela tar michlal shehu tamei. When it says tar, it means that it's possible for it to become tamei. It's telling me practical halacha. It's coming back to the reality that it could become tamei. So hachanami tahira mechal shitmei. Also by the menorah means that it could become tamei. So what do we see? So where do we know that it came down from heaven? What Shmuel bar? Okay, it says Bishlei Mahasam. When it came to the shulchan, we say that it wanted to be that it's mekabel to mekadoresh lakish. This is a sugya which discusses if wood could become tamei. Damrish lakish says my diksev al shulchan atar. What is the meaning of the pasuk? It says on the pure shulchan michlal. This implies shu tamei, that it really could become tamei. Kli etza asil lenachesu called kli etza asil lenachas in mekabel tuma. But 1 second, any wood furniture that's not meant to be moved. The furniture, there's certain types of furniture that are stable, like built in, but or they're big enough that you don't move them around, cabinets, that type of thing. Then you have furniture that you move. You move the chairs and the things like that. But the table was meant to be placed, and it wasn't meant to be moved. So if it's meant to be moved, so we have a rule that it's not makabel tumah. So what are you telling me, Reish Lakish, that this wood is makabel tumah? Ella malamed shemagbiyan oisei lo'ilei regalim umarin lahem lechem apanim. Rather, this type of table was meant to be moved. When would they ever move the table? When the people would come by the Oile Regel, they would come to the Beis Hamikdash, so they would lift up the shulchan and they would take it outside and they would show the people the lechem apanim. They would say, "Ruchi baschem l'fnei hamakim." You see how much the Eibishter loves you. He's making sure that you have hot bread. This is the love that. Apparently, there's this new book by Art Scroll. It's called "I Am Not Alone." And it's about this lady, and in there, her upbringing was that her father always told her that Hashem doesn't just love you; He admires you. Everything that you do is just. And then she had like this confidence and trust in Hashem, and it's supposed to be an amazing book. Anyway. So here we see it says you show them that look, Hashem makes your bread. He wants you to have hot bread. It's a 100% true story. It's a spectacular book, and my wife knows the family.
I'm still reading
kids.
Sadia.
No.
It's just I only read like a few pages at a time every once in a while.
Ma'chi baschem. What is this love? Because Rabbi Shua ben Levi, Nes gadol nasa b'lechem apanim. It's a great miracle with the lechem apanim. Silukai kisidurei. That when they took it off 7 days later, it was exactly the way they put it on. Shnema lasum lechem choim b'yoim hilakchay. To take the hot bread off on the to place the hot bread lasum lechem choim b'yoim hilakchay. To place the hot bread on the day it was taken. Halacha. So that's the explanation for why you had to say that the shulchan could become tamei. Halacha tahir mechlal shitmeya pshita. It's so obvious. Kli matechasu. It's metal. Kli matechas mekabel tumah. It's always mekabel tumah if it's metal. Ela sheyad masem makom tara. You get it? When it came to the shulchan, we had a chiddush. We wanted to say that you were lifting it up. That's why we say it's tamei. But over here, why are you saying that it becomes tamei? Rather, it's not. That's not the point. When it says Torah, it means that it comes from heaven. Tanya, or the diagram came from heaven. Tanya, Rabbi Yisrael, Rabbi Daimer, Aron shall eish, v'shulchan shall eish, v'menorah shall eish yardem min hashamayim. Rabbi Yisrael, Rabbi Yehuda says that an ark came out of fire and a table out of fire and the menorah out of fire came down in front of Moshe, came down from heaven. Moshe was able to make it like that, similar to the way they would make pictures. They take a what's the thing they used to put it on
The light
thing?
table
Light,
with
and
the
then it's projector. They would project it onto the wall, and then they paint it on the wall. So Moshe saw this; he was able to make it. You'll see and you'll make like their form. That you were shown on the mountain. You also want to say that the Mishkan came down and Moshe made the Mishkan based on that. It says Hacha ksiv kimishpatoi. Over there by the Mishkan it says like the laws. And Hassam over there it says Kitavni Sam, like the image. The image. So the image came down. Amr Chia Barabba, Amr Yechanan, Gavriel, Chia Barabba says the name of Rabbi Yechanan. Chia Barabba is a major student of Rabbi Yechanan. Says that the angel Gavriel, Chagar Kmin Pesikia, he was girded like a Pesikia means a type of craftsman. Beheralei Moshe Maisa Menorah, and he shows to Moshe how to make the menorah. The Ksiv Zeh Maisa Menorah. It says this is the way you make the menorah. Tana de Rabbi Shmuel started in the yeshiva of Rabbi Shmuel. Shleisha Dvar Meikashel Moshe. Moshe was struggling with three things. Ad sheheralei Hakadosh Baruch Hu be'etzboi, until Hashem showed him with his finger. Ve'elohein, and they are menorah, Rish Chodesh, u'shratzim. Menorah, Rish Chodesh, and the shratzim, and the creeping creatures. Menorah, the Ksiv Zeh Maisa Menorah. It says V'zeh means he's pointing. Look, this is the menorah. Rish Chodesh, Ksiv HaChodesh Azelachem, Rish Chodeshim. It says this is the new month. And shratzim, the Ksiv Azelachem Atami. This is for you, the impure. V'yesh Imrim, Afil Chashchita. That Hashem showed Moshe how to shech. Remember, V'zeh Shetasel Mizbeach. This is what you should do on the Mizbeach. Okay, let's leave it over here. The next sugya is the sugya that the Seifrim have to learn. Moshe, you there? This is the sugya of Hilchas Stam.
Yeah.
Looking forward?
We can't wait.
Okay.
No, actually, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to be on a flight.
It will take a few days, I think. So.
Yeah, I have a red eye.
No. Okay, Atzlacha.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, goodbye.